Welcome everyone to a new Planet Coaster video. I am Teamred and today we will build a new coaster. I haven't played or even showed a video in months, which has a quick reasoning. I am very busy with school and I've got an exam week coming up. So yeah, that's why. In the back you'll be seeing me scratch a coaster, which I decided first to build in 4-meter pieces, but then decided 8-meter. We are going quick into an overbank turn, into a switchback, well, a turn that switches back, into a quick stall, which really isn't a stall, but just, yeah, is a hang time generator. Next we'll be going into the 90-degree turn. And I decided for this piece to go and make an inversion, and you'll be shocked with the finished results. And in the end we'll be going into normal times. I'm doing a quick POV here just to see what happens, if it has the right speeds and all. And then we'll be going into an outer bank into the second launch, with a really big airtime hill in the start, going into, you guessed it, a dive loop, which I was really fond of. And in the end you'll be seeing me adding trim brakes so people don't die on it. Well, hopefully they don't die. I am doing a double inversion here. I hope it's manageable to ride in real life, into a quick dive down, into an airtime hill, which I will be editing. It was too slow because 27 meters, almost 10 feet, no 100 feet, sorry, which I will be editing because I saw it was way too high, and then I decided it would be 15 meters or about 50 feet into a quick inversion into the brake run. Well, the brake run, yes. Making it so low as possible, doing a quick corner in there. I am smoothing it over once again, and then I decided to get supports in there. I will now be editing the supports to be 16 meters only, so they don't get in the way when I'm designing the stuff around it in the end, which will be very good. I promise. You may or may not like it, but I did indeed. I do not have a script, so this will all be out of my brain. This part is really great actually. I only had about 2 or 3 minutes in time. When we will go back for the POV in real time, it's very fun, checking the speeds and everything. I will not be putting this in full time because, yeah, it would be way too much work. And I noticed I had made a grave mistake, so I'm editing the station here to make it a bit longer so it can hold 2 trains. I was really happy with the 2 trains going around, and here I'm adding the trim brakes so people won't break their neck, and I am really adding a river, which you might have already guessed if you've seen the rest of my videos. Every build has a river. I am extending the path here to go out of the park well, really coaster area, more or less. I am deleting a thing I had placed back in the back, and now I am adding a lake, which I decided to have a walkway which was oval shaped after I built the rest of the pathing, and I am smoothing it here. And as you can see, I am lowering the rocks so you don't see under it, which I'm quite happy of, so you don't see what's on the other side. And now we are adding some hills, so I will be adding trees in later. Why should I spoil everything? Well, if you want to see the POV, it's also at the time link down below. This video will also be in chapters. I am coloring it here. I decided to go for a green and brown color theme, because why not? I decided on black for the seats, because I don't know. And here you see me meddling with rocks, and I decided it did not look good, so I just scrapped that idea. Bushes, nope. And you see here you see me adding in the pathing, and I first decided to fill it up. I did not like it eventually, and here you'll see me adding in the oval shape, or half circle if you are really that specific. I am making sure it's round and not the abyss, because yeah, why wouldn't I guess. And now I'm smoothing it out. My game decided to crash randomly during this editing, right about now I believe. Yeah, here we've crashed because my drivers weren't updated. I should have done that before. Editing and uploading and everything, so my PC decided to black out every few times, and now I'm adding the trees. I am quite fond of these. They make a great edge. I scared myself by placing accidentally in the water, just taking away that tree so you don't bump your head. And here I decided I had to have a center, and here I saw I screwed up actually, and yeah, this won't be beautiful to look at. This just hurts my autism, really does. And now I'm editing it to look better. It still didn't. I am screwing it up right now, trying to make it better, which I don't. I am quite sad of this. This hurts to look at, and I'm still sure it's the same in the final result. Oh no, I redid it. Yeah, that's right, I redid it, which is all way better in my opinion. Here I'm just rounding it out, and that was quite useless. Here I saw it screwed itself, so I'm just pathing over it, and I decided, yeah, screw it. And here I'm adding more trees, not surprisingly. And now we'll be doing the invisible pathing, which I decided later was going to be a walkthrough Viking place. Here I just added another pathing, a path, I'm not sure how to say it. And here I am looking for fencing. First I was going for a Jurassic Park look, which I quickly decided not to add in. Here I am also adding in the waterfalls of the river. I also was quite fond of this one, a really big waterfall, which I am honest, I love waterfalls if it comes to Planet Coaster. I decided not to place this because it was way too big, which just pissed me off. I decided to place this kind of rundown house down, although only I decided it didn't look good and it snapped through the coaster. It was wind away and you would be splashed with water. I decided to go with a lighthouse actually. Only I decided later on this was the wrong kind of lighthouse, and I went to the shop, crashed it multiple times, and then I decided why not adding a village, which I will be doing later. I am editing the German flag to be Dutch, knowing me. I was looking at the animation, which was not good, and here you'll see me edit the flag to be looking Dutch. Because if you didn't know, I am Dutch. Yes, throw it out. Call me a knobhead or something like that. And here I decided to restart my game if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, no, I'm in the water here. And here I saw I didn't place the boat right, so I replaced first the water and then the boat. I saw it was a Viking boat and I liked it. I was also placing one down there, but I saw it was off center and now I saw it was intersecting with tracks, so I had to replace it multiple times. And now we'll be going into the building spot, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was loading in a tower here. I did not want it. Neither that one. And then I decided to place in a dragon, which will be circling the entire thing. I don't know what to call it, because yeah, it's a thing, not a park, more a part of a theme. And then I wanted 2 dragons, so I copied it into a blueprint. And let's see here, where is it? I was searching until I discovered that I could also look for my things, and here I'll be doing the loops because they weren't triggered right. They were set to be on a timer, which I did not like, and then I made them sync so they would be right. So they would circle the park the entire time. Here you'll see me adding it today, and here I will be going into the walls and theming. I decided to go with this wall because, well, as you know, I like this wall. I've used it countless times before. Not in my recent builds because, yeah, I haven't been posting much lately. Also reasoning, school, therapy, everything. Here I'll be adding in most walls. I decided also to do it with the invisible pathing. And let's just breathe for a moment. I'm way too tired for this. I don't know why I'm doing this at 8 in the evening. Still don't know why. Let's see, we are adding in... Oh wait, we're adding the settings because I was constantly irritated of the power notifications. And here I'll be adding the entrance and exit. I am now screwing up my thing, I believe. Oh yeah, I was adding any pathing with the new update. They finally added square paving, so you'll see me adding it in here. And here I decided not to go with that type of pathing but to round it off, so you would enter the path right correctly. Here I'll be rounding it out, and you'll see me after not doing stuff anymore about it. And here I was looking for the right buildings. And now my PC crashed, I believe. No way. Did I really fuck up my computer? I can't see stuff. Oh, wait, we're back. And here you'll see me adding in new buildings. Actually, I decided to go with a square building for the first place. So I removed the wall. And I decided to raise a bit of ground. So I can add in some buildings and pathing and everything. Which I also added a house into the cliffs or wall, whatever you want to call it. And I'm actually fond of this part. Adding in a quick tower around the side. Adding a larger building. And I really spent a lot of time on this part. Because it did not want to work. And here I'll be deciding, hey, why does this pathing screw me up? So I just removed the damn thing, and here I wanted to add another building, so I went around and removed most of the pathing. And here I'll be turning it into invisible pathing because I didn't see it yet. And now we'll be adding in more buildings. I really like the towers. I was placing in this forge, not the ride but the building, and I actually liked it. And here I decided to go with a lot of plants, and this took me way too long. I'm really taking way too long with this. This part took me about 30 minutes, only doing the plants and just doing plants and foliage. I do like it, but it took way too long. Here I'm adding foliage to the side of the pathing, which, if you're not surprised, I like foliage, but I didn't build that detailed in the beginning yet. I just made nature pieces, and I'm lowering down the house because I saw it was floating. And here I am adding in the rest of the bushes. Watch out for your head. And I'll be going into a struggle for a bit, placing down trees, because the trees decided to float in midair instead of on the right place. And as you can see here, I am placing bold cypress trees, which I kind of liked. And I also rotated one to make it look more like a tree. And here I am adding large trees, which I decided to remove because they did not look right. And here I am adding in fig trees, so they have fruits. Wait. Oh yeah, I was sent back because my game crashed again, and I am at war with my PC with the building settings, because my game decided why not place it above the coaster, which sucked. And here I am looking for ferns, which are a type of plant which I sadly only placed 2 of. And what will I be doing next is the question. I'm adding in buildings over here, and I decided, why is there no pathing? Oh, here it is. And now I am placing the other building with it. I decided not to do that and just Ctrl Z it. I was at war with my PC again, and this time I placed it right. I decided to move that building because this one was way more important for some godforsaken reason. And I'm adding in a few more houses, and my game crashed. Yay! I realized I was back again, and I don't know what I was doing here. Probably checking my phone. And now we'll be placing walls down. I really like this part actually, because it kind of hides the station and just gives you a more overall look. And yeah, the station is not that beautiful, if I must say. But it has nice clearance. In the end, you'll be seeing me adding in some shops and buildings. And here I am adding in gates, so I know there's an outside, kind of. Or you'll know there's some kind of an outside. And I liked it. So I'm adding in rocks, or just boulders, because boulders are way bigger. And I don't know why I did the British accent. And we'll be 5 more minutes and then we'll be looking at the POV. And here I am adding in the final gate. I also forgot to edit the pathing. I see now in the after section, and I decided to place down did not decide to place down the shops because they were way too damn large and intersecting the terrain too. But yeah, adding in a little building, a little dock that was overgrown, adding in the box, placing a few things around, moving a bit closer to land because a realism exists and floating things do not. I was probably checking my phone here. And we will be placing... I don't know what I'll be placing. Oh yeah, the big hotel, which I deleted shortly after. Believe me, shortly after I deleted it, I saw it was way too big. So I just removed it and placed down the other hotel, which I've used before in another park that you haven't seen. Adding in a few houses from How to Train Your Dragon, because why not? I am a huge How to Train Your Dragon fan. And a few shops in there, which are also Viking themed. I really like the Viking theme, I guess. And we're adding in the 3 shops in here, yeah. And we'll make it a small plaza, which has a lot of tables. I did not like that one. And then I decided to use Gata's benches. Shout out to Gata, which is a wonderful creator and made most of my benches and stuff I've used in the past. I don't know their gender. I am maybe misgendering them, but if this person's a woman, she did a great job, he did a great job, I don't know. I made this a great place, and now I am looking and going in for some trees. The trees I decided to use were red and green trees, as per usual. Because why don't people like red? I don't know. But I like green and red. So I'm going with that. And then we'll be going into the POV. We'll be going into a quick wave turn and into the launch. Here we go! Into the launch. The launch is quite quick and whips you around. It's not as aggressive as I wanted it to be, by the way. I wanted it to be a bit more wild. And quick inversion, this is what I like. The outer bank is well placed, and into the second launch, into one of the biggest airtime hills in the park. Quick trim brake, so people won't lose their minds over the 5Gs are down here. And then we'll be going into the double inversion. I like that it goes through the pole. And this is a quick and nice place. I also like this part, into a downward helix and into the hardline roll and into the brake run. I spent almost 2 to 3 hours on this coaster. I hope you liked this video a lot, and I will see you on the next one. There are 2 videos on the left or the right, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye then.